welcome to Germany and to Dusseldorf, the city which is once again the host of the first Grand Prix on the International Judo Federation's World Circuit. As always, the Mitsubishi Electric Hall, venue for the 2014 Dusseldorf Grand Prix, was packed to the rafters with Germany's avid judo fans. 2 weeks ago in Paris, the legendary Bercy Stadium played host to the opening Grand Slam of the season, and once more proved a spectacular launch pad for a year of top-level judo. Now the tour moves on, and at the draw for the event, all eyes were on some of the top names that had entered to fight here in Dusseldorf. Amongst them, a strong Japanese team of judo heroes. And for the home crowd to cheer, the stars of the strong German national team were all in action. But in particular, officials and fans alike were excited to see the entry of one of the world's most popular judokas. Everybody's best friend, Ilias Iliadis. But we start with the Japanese, who at under 66 kilograms had their star two-time world champion Ebenuma in action. As he approaches this year's World Championships in Russia, the world number 2 is looking to write his name in history as a triple world champion. In Rio last year, he fought back from behind to win his second world title in style, but has been sidelined with an injury sustained in the process ever since. Dusseldorf was the stage set for Ebenuma's return to World Judo. How would he get on? In his elimination contest, he showed no signs of rust, dispatching all of his opponents with his traditional Japanese throwing abilities. One big technique followed another. Osotogari, Seanagi, Ochigari. Ebenuma had easily made the final. As he lined up to take to the tatami for the final in front of the crowd and TV audiences worldwide, Ebenuma could taste his dream comeback. However, his German opponent Schneider would have the crowd on his side. Could he spoil Ebenuma's perfect day? Well, Ebenuma absolutely on fire today. Going for his third world title, or he will be a little bit later in the year, and who's going to deny him it? This man, Schneider, done very well to get this far so far. 151 ranked in the world, Schneider, so this is new territory for him. And there's the great Kosei Inui, three-time world champion himself. Ebenuma hoping to get up there with him. Left-handed fighter Ebenuma. Ebenuma is in blue. Ochigari almost gets countered. Schneider very dangerous. Now, Schneider on top, going for the juji. Ebenuma can't stay there because Schneider has caught a couple of people earlier on today, and it's going to be Mate, I think. Didn't quite hook onto the arm properly, but the crowd absolutely loving it. Schneider really pumped up. Got the home crowd behind him, of course he has. Ebenuma! That Ochi been scoring well for him. He then turns it into the Uchimata. He's got Seanagi both sides as well. Such a wide range of techniques, Ebenuma. Really back at his very best. Got to grip up with that sleeve. Looking for the opening all the time, and he gets it. Wazari scored. And a real opportune Uchimata there, it really was. Kind of half went for the Ochi first, and then just flicked him over onto his side and put him a Wazari up. Schneider did well to avoid the ippon. Hooked it through, and then got the direction. So Ebenuma in charge. Schneider coming forwards. Schneider got to do something about this now. Seanagi! That's it! It's going to be all over. Wazari Awazeti upon. Ebenuma shows his class. And he really is class. And look at that. The great Kosei Inui there looks on, just says, well, yeah, I expected that. And it really was gonna happen, wasn't it? Seanagi this time, dropped Seanagi to get the other Wazari. Ebenuma looks on track for a third world title later this year. And who's going to stop him?
After the Rio World Championships, I couldn't train properly due to injury, so I was really nervous about competing here in Dusseldorf. Even though I won, I'm not really satisfied with my judo today.
Up one weight at under 73 kilograms, and Japan had another world champion making a comeback in the form of Akimoto. It's been 4 years since he won his world title, but in Dusseldorf he rolled back the years, throwing his opponents all over the mat as he eased through to the final. There, against Israel's flicker, he picked his moment perfectly, dropping underneath to spin the Israeli over onto his back for the ippon and the gold medal. Could Akimoto really do it again on the biggest stage? Remarkably, at over 100 kilograms, Japan had yet another 2010 world champion, taking gold as Kamikawa came through the pack to top the podium. This spectacular counter-attack against Brazil's world #1 silver was the highlight of his day. After winning a lacklustre final on penalties, Kamikawa was at last back to winning ways. Only time will tell if he can refine the form that made him world champion. At under 48 kilograms, Japan's women were not about to be outdone by the men. Fighting for bronze, the young Kondo came up with a wonderful example, Ashiguruma, to gain some compensation for failing to make the final. The category was eventually won by China's Wu, who saw off world champion Monkbat of Mongolia in the final, to earn the privilege of saluting her nation's flag atop the podium. Up at under 57 kilograms, Japan had a true judo hero returning to action. Olympic champion Matsumoto has had a 2-year break since winning gold in London and now looks set to return, ready to win another world championship title in Russia and eventually defend her Olympic title in Rio. Or so she hopes. Her performance in Dusseldorf suggests she still has it in her. A high work rate coupled with explosive throwing ability, quick foot sweeps and deadly groundwork skills make her one of the most complete female fighters out there, and in Dusseldorf she never once looked threatened. After winning a scrappy final on penalties, Matsumoto came off the tatami a relieved woman. Her first competition back had gone to plan. Now starts the hard work of the next 2 years.
It was my first international fight after the Olympics, so this competition was as important as the Olympics for me. I was just so happy to be back at the tatami and fight against my friends. Well, I think of them as my friends. I don't know what they think of me. So I was really looking forward to fighting. My plan is to get gold medals at every competition I take part in, and obviously to get the gold medal at the Rio 2016 Olympics.
At under 70 kilograms, there was an example of the diversity of judo as the final was contested between Great Britain and Morocco. Representing the British was the world #9 Conway, who had been ruthless on the ground en route to the final. In blue for Morocco was the world #11 Niang, who had seen off hot favourite Boulder in the semi-finals. Would she chalk up a gold for her country in the final? Well, Niang, extremely strong, big arm over the top, Conway having problems with it. And now, whose technique was that? Kind of went down together. They've given a score to Niang, but I think Conway kind of half-turned it. So, for me, no score. Very, very close. So the video referee will have a look at this to see if they landed together. And, yeah, no score given. So, all evens again. Niang Conway. So can Niang get the first gold medal? Well, first medal of any kind for Africa. Big right arm over the top. And Sumigashi! Oh, was Harry scored there? And Niang is on top of the hole. And I said that Niang is extremely strong because, believe me, Sally Conway is physically super strong. And Niang is holding her down. So Sally Conway really struggling, trying to get out. Niang holds her down and she wins the gold medal for Morocco. And how pleased is she with that win? It just goes to show how international our sport is. Great Britain against Morocco in the final here in Dusseldorf. Niang, super strong. Nice sumigaeshi and a turn into the outside komi. And she finishes it off on the ground and gets Morocco's gold medal in this tournament. And it just goes to show what a really diverse sport judo is. The lightest male category of under 60 kilograms saw the return of another Olympic champion, Galstian of Russia. In the eliminations, he looked as sharp as ever, using lightning-fast judo to reach the semi-finals. But there he came unstuck, getting caught by Japan's Shishimi. Still, the Russian went on to take a bronze medal, beating Abraev of Kazakhstan by Ippon to ensure he didn't go home empty-handed. Shishimi went on to take a debut Grand Prix gold, beating his countryman Ashima on penalties in the final. However, at under 52 kilograms, Russia struck back through Kozyatina, who beat Japan's Hashimoto in the final. The match itself was an anticlimax, with Kozyatina edging it by just one penalty. The win moved Kozyatina up from 8 to 6 in the world rankings, and was proof that the Russian investment in their female team is starting to pay dividends. The real buzz inside the venue was for the bronze medal matchup, which saw home favourite Prix take on Israel's Cohen. And Uchimata landed the German on top in a hold down, which she clamped on to secure the win and a medal for the fans to cheer about. At under 63 kilograms, another Russian caused an upset. In the final, world number 33, Labazina, saw off none other than the reigning world champion and number 1, Gerbi, with a wazari. The result of a lifetime for Labazina, who'll be hoping it's a sign of things to come in the future. The final of the under 81 kilograms category had German judo fans on the edge of their seats as Maresh walked out to contest the final. Expectations were high for the world number 6, but to the dismay of the Dusseldorf faithful, his opponent Stevens of the USA crashed the German party when he surprised Maresh on the ground to turn him over into a pin. Maresh's fate was sealed and the German cut a forlorn figure as he lay in defeat on the tatami. But, fighting for bronze, Maresh's teammate Weiserzak was victorious. Another medal for German judo. A massive moment for the youngster as he became a hero inside the arena and lifted the roof off the Mitsubishi Electric Hall. But the hunt for German gold went on. In the heaviest female category of over 78 kilograms, Kunitz had a chance to deliver the medal everyone inside the stadium wanted. Her opponent, the formidable Takemoto of Japan. Yet again, it wasn't to be. Takemoto was too good for Kunitz. And Oguruma landed the Japanese on top in a hold down, from which Kunitz had no chance to escape. Disappointment for Germany again, but as Takemoto walked off victorious, Kunitz was nevertheless a popular silver medalist. Weiss, her teammate, had a chance to add to Weiserzak's bronze when she faced off against the world number 11 of China, Yu. the hopes of the crowd were dashed, as like Takemoto, Yu also secured a pin to immobilize her German opponent and to get the win. Next up, Kubs. She came out determined to give the crowd a German win, but her opponent would be the lively Palavda of Slovenia. Could Kubs do it? Kubs really looks focused. She wants this medal. Got to watch the drop though from Palavda. That's how she lost the last time they met. There's the drop. Got it well sussed out this time. Looking for the grip. Always a problem with Palavda. Palavda keeps on the move. Oh, Oberuma! And Kubs throws Palavda with an Oberuma that anybody would be proud of. It was superb judo. It really was. Big arm over the top, and she just latched onto the knee, got the rotation, and Palavda couldn't do anything about it. Beautiful judo, and the German crowd erupt. At under 78 kilograms, there was one last throw of the dice for a German gold, as Maltzan came out to contest the final against the winner in Paris, Valencek of Slovenia. Valencek just coming forward all the time. Maltzan doing very well to contain the very, very lively Slovenian. Now she's got around the back. She scored before! Yes, Kosoto! And she gets a Yuko. Now she's got to be careful. Valencek on the attack. Valencek, the winner in Paris just a couple of weeks ago. But now she's a Yuko down. Nice reaching Kosoto. And Maltzan is really on top of it. Now, Valencek, her last chance. Now, was that a score? I thought that was a score. Maltzan, though, just looks up at the clock. It's almost a shimiwaza. And Valencek, that's her last chance. The seconds have ticked away, and it's all over. Germany have got their gold medal, and this German crowd are absolutely loving it. Maltzan gets the gold medal. Beautiful bit of judo. I thought she'd scored a second score there, but the first Yuko did it, and Germany have at last got their first gold medal.
Das war natürlich ein super Wettkampf für mich.
Ich habe in Düsseldorf noch nie eine Medaille gewonnen. Und heute dann natürlich mit Gold ist natürlich Wahnsinn, auch für deutschen Publikum, und ich bin sehr, sehr glücklich.
At under 100 kilograms, the gold was won by Brazil, former world champion Korea, after his opponent Rakov was unable to contest the final due to injury. And so we come to our final category, the under 90 kilograms, where judo audiences worldwide are tuned in to watch Iliadis. He's one of the most dynamic throwers in the sport and is a double world champion. In Jeju at the end of the year, he failed to kill off the final against home favourite WAC and got caught pushing forwards. The Greek badly needs to get a win under his belt. Here in Dusseldorf, his route to the final showcased only a small dose of the flair of which he is capable. His opponent, on the other hand, was on fire. Van der End of the Netherlands has judo reminiscent of the nation's last major player in the weight, the retired Housinger. And with all of the Dutchman's contests ending with Ippon, it was he who had the momentum going into the final. The tension in Iliadis was clear to see. With confidence such a huge part of his game, he had to win if he wanted to have the right mindset going into 2014. To make matters worse, the final was a repeat of Jeju. Tense gripping earned both fighters a Shido at the outset. Iliadis forced the issue, but was penalised for illegal gripping. Then he got the grip over the top, and Van der End stepped out of the area to escape. Iliadis back level. More attacking pressure from the Greek. Another penalty to put him in the lead. Then Iliadis was again guilty of a gripping infringement, and his punishment meant that the fight was 3 shidos apiece, going into the last 2 minutes. Well, Iliadis has done it again. 3 shidos each, and now both of them got to go forward. Iliadis attacks. Surigoshi onto the belt, and Iliadis now 1 up. Van der End has got to come back on this now. Either one of them now, if they get a penalty, it's all over. And there's still, well, 1:18 to go. Iliadis now climbing on top of this. He wants it more. It happens to him against the Korean, and the Korean caught it. This time it's not going to happen again. I'm sure that's what he's saying. And it's Van der End that's got to really come forwards now. And that, against this man, can be a dangerous thing. Iliadis got to get back onto the winning ways because he's got a few silvers here and there. He's there round about. And he's got to find the winning ways again. Oh, Kosoto! And Van der End now started to come forward. What a match this is. You can see there that all the press, they want to see a big throw from Iliadis. That's what he does. He is a massive thrower. Big arm over the top. Van der End turns left and right with that Sioi of his. Now then, Uchimata! Oh, and it was an overthrow, that's for sure. What score are they going to give it? They've given it Wazari. It'll go to video referee. They'll have a look at it carefully just to see where he landed. Look at the Uchimata there. And for me, it was a Yuko. It was a complete overthrow onto his side. And are they going to give it a Wazari or a Yuko? They've downgraded it to a Yuko, but Iliadis is ahead. Van der End comes forward, 19 seconds left. What a final. Brilliant stuff. But I tell you now, Iliadis cannot just rest on that. He's going to have to attack, or he's going to have to waste a bit of time down in Newaza. He's looking for the Shimiwaza. The referee says matter. The crowd loving it, the photographers loving it, and Iliadis is not disappointing. These two have put up an amazing final, and Iliadis applauds Van der End because Van der End gave him a great fight. Van der End has been doing some amazing judo all day, but Iliadis dug in, and that's what this was all about. He had to dig in. He had to find something from somewhere. But Iliadis has got his confidence back, and he is now a main threat again at the up-and-coming World Championships. Beautiful Uchimata. He had control of the head. He got between the legs. He got the elevation. Super stuff from Iliadis. Of course, under 90 is so well contested. Nothing is guaranteed. Gonzalez and the Patiliani, they'll be his main threat. But this win will give him the confidence that he craves, that he needs. In order to win gold medals, you have to have that confidence. After this, we can see that he is back. Well, that's it from Dusseldorf. Ebenuma made an emphatic return, and he's now well placed to become a triple world champion this summer. Niang showed once again how diverse the sport of judo truly is, whilst Malsan finally came through to give the home crowd a gold medal. And Iliadis took the bull by the horns to bounce back to winning ways. Join us next for another Grand Prix from the beautiful Georgia, home of the men's world team champions and some of the strongest athletes on the world circuit at the moment.